just make the video. A phrase that's been on my mind lately is you've got to be cringe before they binge. The first person I ever heard say that was Pat Flynn. If you don't know Pat Flynn, he's a serial entrepreneur, or maybe you've seen him opening packs of Pokemon with that catchy, "Should I open it or should I keep it sealed?" It is funny to think about someone as confident as Pat saying something like, "You've got to be cringe before they binge." But he's right. If you've ever made any piece of content for the internet, especially if it's around something that you care about, you've probably felt that moment of, "Ugh, I don't know if I've got this." The light comes on, the phone's in your hand, and all of a sudden you're feeling like you got to put on a voice, or you got to do something and be super professional, or like something. You feel like you need something extra. And then you end up not posting it, or you delete it, or you just get frustrated and walk away from the whole thing. And that feeling right there is the cringe. It's the thing that stops you from posting, or it's the thing you're afraid of people reacting to when you post. But really, what it is, especially if you don't post it, is that you are stopping yourself by not giving yourself permission to be exactly where you are on your journey, which is the beginning. And if you can push through that, we can get to the place that we really want to be at, which is connecting with an audience, helping them along their way. And if they help us in return, even better. Where we get stuck is when we want to create something and we're just too embarrassed to put it out. Now, as an older creator, I'm in my 40s. I've had a long career. I've worked over 20 years with one company. And right now, I am putting myself out there for the first time. I see this hesitation in myself a lot because as older creators, we've spent decades becoming professionals. We've learned how in our offices, how to work with clients, how to communicate with coworkers, how to have water cooler conversations, how to have boardroom conversations. We've been able to do all of these things, and we think to ourselves, well, if I can do that in these different places, certainly I can easily transfer this right over to making content for the internet. Pretty simple. And for some of you, it might be. You might have your first videos be great because you know exactly how you're going to communicate, or you've spent a lifetime communicating in those ways. For the rest of us, it's a little different. And I gotta tell you, it's pretty humbling. It's humbling that after years and years of being in professional settings, training settings, boardroom settings, I'll watch something that I've done and I will go, "Bee." And it's what I recognize, and I want you to recognize, is that is part of it. It's hard to put ourselves out there when we don't exactly know what the result is going to be. It's downright terrifying, and I am here with you. But if our goal truly is to help people and develop your personal brand or your business, then this is just the work. And the good news is, especially if you're an older creator, you know how to do hard things. You've been doing hard things your whole life. And if you have kids, you've probably given the same advice that you need to give to yourself. I have a daughter. She's very into American Ninja Warrior. I don't know if you've ever seen the show, but it's a lot of obstacles, a lot of physical challenges. It's pretty tough. And she wanted to do it. So we found a gym that was doing it nearby. And she started classes, and there was rings. So they have those warp walls. She was excited about that. But they have these rings, and you go from one ring to the next. You know, she was very interested in learning how to do this. The thing is, she had never done it before. But she's watching other kids in the class fly through these rings, and she's like, "I want to do that." So she gets up, grabs the ring, and she does not have any idea what to do. So she just keeps holding the ring until she eventually drops. And then she gets up and she holds the rings again. And then she gets some practical advice of like, okay, how to move your body. And she's getting calluses on her hands, and she just keeps doing it for months. We're going once a week, and she's working on the rings. She's working on the rings. She's at the playground. She's doing the bars, and she's getting hand strength, and she's getting arm strength, and she's getting shoulder strength. And the next thing I know, she's flying through these rings. She's able to do it no problem. And the reason why is because she failed and she did it again. And she failed and she did it again. She wasn't really failing. She was learning. Learning how to hold on, learning grip strength, developing calluses, getting her shoulders, getting her arms, learning how to move her body was all part of it. And yes, it was painful. And yes, it was difficult. And now she can fly through it. Because that's what it takes. It takes repetition and it takes doing it. You know, I think one of the hardest things, especially now, is like YouTube's been around since 2006. It's 2025. Like 20 years, people have been making content for this platform. And some people are extraordinarily good at it. And you watch their videos now, forgetting that they had a video one as well. So you're not seeing their first video. You're seeing their 1,000th video. And then we're wondering why we're not there yet. It's because we haven't done 1,000 videos. We're at number one. Let's just be at number one. You know, my daughter couldn't get to ring number 2 until she got past ring number 1. We have to make one video before we can make the second video. And we get less cringe just by doing it. We get less of that hesitation because we know what this is. We're able to breathe through it. We're able to organize our thoughts. You know, this is my 3rd video on this channel. And the things that I'm learning by doing, yeah, they're humbling. Yes, it's frustrating. They're also incredibly helpful. One of my biggest learnings from the first 2 videos is that I want to be clearer in my communication. And I want to make sure that I'm focused on your outcomes because I want you to succeed. What I love is being able to connect with people, help them with their day, lighten their load, make things easier for them. And that's what I want to do in this space. But perfection is not my goal. I am never going to be perfect. Connection's my goal. So let's be more of myself, bring that to you, communicate clearer to what you're looking for. And that is what I'm doing to be less cringe. Because I take a look at AI and I think to myself, this might be able to give me perfect answers, right? But it can't live through mistakes. It can't live through the hard-earned learnings that we have. It just can't. It can just give me an answer. I don't look at the encyclopedia as like, oh, it's got me. It's like, no, it doesn't. It just contains information. It's what we do with it and how we use it, have success, have failure, get it back together, and apply it on the next thing. That's what it's really about. AI can't learn the way that you and I do. And that's why we have to do this process of being cringe before they binge, which means going through the rough part. And on the other side of the rough part is where people are watching because you want them connected with you. You got to learn one ring at a time. So if you have been sitting on a video idea, make it, post it. If it gets 1 view, 1,000 views, 1,000,000 views, you did it. You made it. And you'll get more learning from that than you will any other way. And that's how you go from cringe to confident. I'm Matt. Make something this week. Tell me about it in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.